What page is starting on the new?
Very front page there.
Very front.
This one.
Well, I put this thing in there.
Oh, that's okay. I was gonna say, did I put that in there? No. Okay.
No, I did.
That's
That's a
good.
good idea.
Yeah. So then I just gave you, the county commissioners, budget committee, finance committee, in case y'all need to
Sweet.
get in touch with anybody. Then, this is, something that the comptroller's office sent out, which you may have already seen it, commissioners may have already seen it. Okay, just some
Little,
good things to know. I got the other things off of their website.
okay, Lori Bernard, she's not gonna be ours anymore.
She's not, and that's what, Brent knows that it's Megan Hufstadter, is that her name?
Yeah, I think I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, and I don't know why, Lori's name, I guess they just didn't change it yet. But anyway, there's just some information there you can look at. And then I just got a place where you can put the agendas and the minutes. And
This-
then,
What you just did,
Mhm.
put these there.
you can,
Right.
sometimes I forget to punch holes in the paper, but I remember it or not.
Then you got them by departments.
I do. So, in this budget comparison thing that I gave y'all, this is for the general fund, but I haven't put it in the book yet, because I thought you might wanna look at it tonight, so. But that can go with your general fund stuff.
Okay. You can go into the county general, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can just put it right there, or it doesn't matter where you put it, but it's all for the general fund.
Okay.
And there's some things behind that as well, the 911, just so you can see their contribution that they asked for.
What about these department requests?
Okay,
Is that something?
that is
going to
just, I
county
kind of
general?
wanted to go through it, yeah, this county general, and just show you what increases they kind of asked for, the main things they asked for.
Okay, and then
That's my budget, I'll talk about that.
so that all goes to county general?
All that goes in the county general, so you can,
Where'd you say something about 911?
behind the county general budget.
Oh,
It's in the
okay.
same- That's in the same section. Also the contributions that the county makes each year, that's in there. as well.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'll put it all in one section. Then you have solid waste, ambulance service, all the funds. Drug, highway, I do not have the school funds yet, but there is some good information that, from that workshop. I made copies of that for y'all, and put that in here. And this is something that, on this very first one, shows you like the number of, staff that's increased from 2016 until 2019 versus some other counties. So.
Is that this right?
Mhm.
That 44.54% variance.
Yes. No, it's not a percent, it's actual, that's the actual,
Numbers,
yes.
okay, so it's increase 44.
Mhm. And of course, I don't have the cafeteria fund yet either. I did put, the general debt service and education debt service in the same section. 'Cause I was using a ton of these, these little things, I thought I'd put some of this together. So, and I'll get you the debt schedule, I didn't have it tonight, but I'll get that for you. Then capital projects, this is just kind of updated from last year, and shows some things. Well, we can do a capital projects budget, we don't have to. Brent and I had talked about, it would be a good idea if we could put like a penny or 2 cents in a capital projects fund, just to have it for maintenance, if we can do that. And then I put some policies, budget fund balance policies behind that. I put some information about MOE, because that always comes up in the budget meeting, so that's on the peachy looking paper. And then there's this TCA for the finance office right behind it. in just the white paper. You know. Okay. Then I put some miscellaneous information in here, just, you know, that always comes up, what's required, what's optional. Then these are just some spreadsheets that I've done over the years, fund balances and tax rates. And then last year's budget. So it's a lot of stuff, but,
There's a lot to
yeah.
take in.
But I like it, it's just very well laid out and very, complete.
There could be some other things that you think of that you might, if you want me to put it in there, I will. I just tried to think of everything,
No,
but.
this is really good. Better than what we had last year.
So on, under the general fund, where we have that budget comparison spreadsheet, that just shows you at a glance what increases there are. And some of it, like, for example, last year, we had 3 offices that updated their computers, like Dana and Norma. I didn't include that in the increase because that was a one-time deal. So I just, you know, I didn't include that as a percentage of their increase from last year to this year.
But didn't they have funds though?
Dana did,
Okay.
Dana, but,
Lena didn't.
Norman didn't.
Norma and
Lena.
and I did,
And you.
for our office, yeah. So, what y'all have to decide really is what departments that you want to come, because really almost everybody's, especially everybody in the courthouse, they're asking for an increase for their staff, which if courthouse employees don't get a raise, this will be the 8th year if they haven't gotten one. And, so that's basically what most of their budgets are. Of course, the sheriff, you know, his is always the biggest, and that's probably the one that you'll want to have come, but. And then on the finance office, it shows a 61% increase, but if you'll look, I did it budgeted on the back of it. I tried to estimate how much of that was new money, and about $41,000 of it is new money. And that's behind, that's behind those sheets right there for you. See the, under the general fund, where they have that. You put yours in front, didn't you?
I put it in.
Oh, you put it behind it probably. So it's behind that budget comparison.
Oh, it's behind the budget comparison.
Yeah,
So,
sorry.
This one right here?
That's a lot of it. The next one. It's the front and back piece of paper.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if you'll look at the back of it, so I just went through and kind of explained what was an increase, what was a decrease, how much the Board of Education costs right now for those positions that are supposed to come to the finance office and the highway department, and then my position in the county executive's office. And it shows you that approximately $41,000 is all the new money that this office is gonna cost. So-
Far less than the 200,000 they had been.
It looks like a big number when you see it, because, you know,
But
But it's-
you're combining everything into one, that's already been.
it's already budgeted
Right.
in some shape, form, or fashion, so. So I guess, like I said, now you just need to decide, and I mean, y'all might not want to decide tonight, you might want to go home and look at this, but, I for sure would have the sheriff come, because, you
Yeah,
know,
I think he's one of the biggest.
yeah, and his is always the biggest.
How are we gonna do schools? I mean, are we gonna ask them to come? We've never done that. But I mean,
Well,
or is that something you're gonna?
we're gonna have to kind of do it the same way this year, it's just, I don't know how, as far
That's
as,
what they're doing,
They're-
they've been done in the past.
yeah,
So we can't get it any sooner than
May 15th.
the night that the comptroller comes in and tells us.
Yeah, we won't get to them.
well, a lot of their numbers, they don't get till
But they can estimate them,
yeah.
yeah, they can estimate
But
them.
they have to have something by May 15 by law.
Yes. Mhm. And I'm telling y'all, if there's any way we could get it passed by June 30th,
Absolutely.
oh,
Yeah.
it must be so much, it's just so much easier to, you know, because when the officials get raises, we
You have
can't
to
give
go
them,
back.
yeah, we have to
you
go back and.
Retroactive and
Uh-huh.
all that, yeah.
And plus, the tax bills go out a lot earlier. So,
That's correct.
you know, that's a major,
So all those people are moving to that? No?
I don't know yet. I know Abby's not coming from the highway department, Shannon's not coming from the school board, but Douglas and Darlene, actually, the school board's supposed to decide tonight what they're gonna do, let them stay there. If they'll let them stay, they're gonna stay, but if they won't, then they're gonna come up and
But
come.
what's gonna have to happen is, I mean, I don't see any other way around it. We're gonna have to reduce their amount of money that they got for those positions. Because it's not fair. That would make us create 2 brand-new jobs. Otherwise, if we didn't reduce the amount of money that they were getting for those positions. They can keep them, but they're not going, they're gonna have to eat the cost somewhere. Does that make sense?
Instead of hiring, what are you talking about, 400?
That's what I
You're
was
talking
wondering,
about
because,
if they stay at
because
the
that's
school
in that
board
budget.
meeting,
So
we
that's
don't
what I'm
have
saying,
to
so that
say
money
it.
goes from BOE.
When we reduce
It
their.
should come, it should come, yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't think,
We can't tell him where to spend it.
No.
I don't think by
we can't
law.
He
take
don't
that
want to
spending.
put it there, he put it
even though if you
somewhere
read the
else.
TCA code, it does specifically
Because see, I
say.
thought you did have, that's what I thought,
What?
my TCA code.
It
Well-
says it in there.
The code says that, if you'll read C on the first page, go down to C, it says,
Where you at?
go under, where it says
81A.
MOE, 81A,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm just asking this so we know, you know.
Yeah. It says, if you go down to C, all employees that perform the functions of payroll, accounting, budgeting shall be budgeted under the finance office. So. It doesn't necessarily say, well, actually it does say, that they shall be transferred. Yeah.
But am I right or wrong? They don't have to transfer the money they were paying them to your department.
I think that the way I mean, we've gotten different answers. We've gotten different answers depending on who we've asked. I mean, what do you think, Brent? What's your, I
I
mean,
understand is the money goes to all money goes under the finance director. If it's accounting, finance, payroll related.
See, that's what I'm
That's
trying to figure out what
countywide.
we do. I mean, it's,
Well-
if not, it comes out of another part. and
That's what I'm saying, you would have to
pay-
create
Yeah.
jobs versus.
You'd think the money would go with the person, with the job though. I mean,
It would.
That's not what I've been told, but
See, no, that's not-
legally, I
mean,
don't
when I
know.
did all that research, that's what I was, I mean, that's where I took it, but that's what I'm saying. I've heard all kinds of.
I know, yeah, we've gotten different answers, but
Well, I would.
who makes the final decision on that?
the
You?
commission,
You?
the commission.
You
Well,
invite it.
but there's laws
You-
though, I mean,
You
there's.
do, I mean, the budget committee makes a recommendation to the county commission on what we want to do, how we want to pay for it. Doesn't mean that you have to do it, it's just, this is just guidelines, that's what they tell you to do.
I would think it'd just be disruptive though, if you got functions moving from one place to another, the money ought to flow with the function.
Right.
If you got 3 people over here doing it, you're gonna move it over here, the money's gotta come from somewhere. That or you're gonna,
Create new.
it doesn't,
Or,
You're
yeah.
going to duplicate.
I'm like a lost ball in a high weed, so y'all just, I'm listening, but now y'all
No,
go
I
ahead.
agree with what you're saying, 100%.
Well, I said, it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what we got to do.
Is there gonna be any kind of like a legal, I mean, is that a comptroller saying, yes, you're right, kind of thing, or, I mean, I know you say the commission, so let's say 10 of us say yes, that money goes over. All right, what if the school says, no, it don't? Who makes that final decision?
Well, if we say yes, they don't, then that means they're not being funded anymore, am I right? Correct.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm good with that.
I was gonna say, who do they get their money from? They get it from-
I mean, once it comes from us,
I mean,
then that's
The
when
only
they.
argument they have is maintenance of effort.
Yeah, but
We
you can't
can't-
reduce the maintenance of
We
it.
can't reduce the maintenance of effort.
And that's where that comes into the inspector.
Gotcha.
That's the argument. And you have, when it comes to school finances, you have basically the function of what's called local contribution. They will give us sometime in May, June timeframe, what the state says, here's your local contribution rate that you have to fund the schools by. That'll be a bottom number. It'll tell you what it is. You have to meet that. And if you've exceeded it over time, that's when it gets into the maintenance of effort. And you can't lower your maintenance of effort. And what that's designed to be state of Tennessee, for instance, right now, the governor has given a 4% raise to teachers across the board. When you do the math on that, 80% of the funding, 80+% of the funding comes from federal and state government. 17, roughly less than 20% comes from us. So that 4% raise, 17% of that 4% raise will come from us. That's the math. And if you've got 44.54 additional people, that you gotta plug that in. That's where your increase is coming.
Now, they make,
You know, the state of Tennessee, according to that right there, that document in there, gives you how many people they're paying for. What is it, 120 something?
the Board of Education makes their own budget and they just tell us what it's gonna be? Or do we have any?
The Board of Education, creates, they can say, this is how we're gonna fund our schools, this is all the programs we got coming into play, they're gonna give us a number. I'm telling you, what the state says is the county commission is required to meet a local contribution number, and usually the higher number is maintenance of effort. And you're required to meet the maintenance of effort, you can't run it. But the problem gets into the number of personnel that they're saying the BEP is being funded by, and if somebody's got the sheet in front of them,
They're at 121.
they're at 121. And if you read over to the right, we're paying for 44.54 additional bodies in the schools because our structure, with the schools we have, and the classrooms we have, we have to pay for it. And so if you add 44, and then you take 4% with an average raise of $40,000 a year, you can see where the money's coming in there. That's really what it amounts to.
So, yeah, they kinda set their own budget, but we determine how much money they get. So if we're meeting that MOE, then we're meeting everything we can. They may put more money in there than they actually is above the MOE, but we don't have to give it to them.
I think the local contribution rate number right now is roughly $7 million, and we're doing about 3.23. So our maintenance of effort is $3 million plus. And all those functions are supposed to come in under Diane. And I was over in the workshop the other night. It's pretty, and I will be the first one to admit that school funding is a whole complicated piece of animal. It is. It's very, you got a lot of people that spend a lot of time making sure that they're in the E-plan and different systems and the databases they have, and they come up and try to tell us, this is how much money we need to run. And it's tough.
So, how can they choose to not come over to the financial director, to your department, if it stays right here?
Well,
Well, the only thing is when I talked to somebody the other day, and they said that they not only do that, but they also do others, so.
you know, they have other jobs besides finance,
Yeah.
but I don't think we can force them to run.
We force the position, but not the person.
Right.
And you force the funding.
And
Right,
vice
for the
versa.
funding.
If you want to force it, you don't have to.
Oh, I think we should force it.
I'm just saying, you don't have to. And sometimes when you're consolidating, you've got retirement spending, you've got, things that come into play. If, you may duplicate some, space a little bit over time, and then as Diane builds the finance director, that's the whole problem. She's gotta get this thing and get some help in there, and if the school opts out, highway department opts out, and she's gotta have some of that function in her office.
So that funding from the highway department will come over to her office, but yeah.
Highway, we don't give them no money. That's all state. One thing we give them is $1,500.
See that, right?
It's all gas.
Gas. So we have to incur that cost.
Yeah.
That's an addition, there's no way around it. But I mean, the highway department's gonna be paying Abby to basically do coffee, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't mean that the way it sounds.
She
Yeah.
answers phone and
Answers
dispatches.
phone.
Yeah, I'm sure, she will
She will
prepare
have a job. I don't
everything.
mean that the way it
I
sounds.
know, she'll prepare everything and bring it to us.
Yeah.
But as far as like doing the checks and she'll do that, but,
Somebody has to do payroll.
yeah. And somebody would have to be there to get that together.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
So from each department, everybody gets pretty much ten finances going to your department.
Well, payroll will have to, she's got to have
All
two
that-
people.
All those people.
And that's still, that has always come here to me.
Okay, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
so it'll go directly to
Yeah.
those people who work over there.
Right.
You're gonna be doing payroll every week, so you're gonna have to have some help with payroll.
Every single week we'll have payroll.
Because we pay on such different scales throughout the county. I mean,
Right.
some's paid 1 week, some's paid every bi-weekly. some-
Highway gets paid every week. And.
Was there a
school
way to
board gets-
streamline
Well, I
that?
think,
Overtime?
yeah, maybe over time, but I don't think we ought to change it.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, I think it's
Right away.
Sheriff's
probably,
Department's bi-weekly.
Sheriff
Yeah, the
Department.
county's bi-weekly, school board's monthly, and the highway's weekly, so.
There are 3 different pay scales, pay,
pay periods,
periods,
pay
period, yeah.
processes where.
And just the school board's payroll is a job in itself. I mean, it's they pay 400 people pretty much every month. And benefits you gotta do all, so that's gonna be almost a full-time job for somebody. So,
Which would be greatly beneficial if those two would come over.
Mhm.
But
well,
And
Shannon
Douglas-
Bacon does the
I was
payroll.
gonna say, Douglas don't do payroll
No,
over there.
he doesn't do payroll, but.
Shannon's not coming now.
So,
So what happens to their positions?
That's, yeah.
well, that's what they're gonna decide tonight, at their board meeting. But, I mean, of course, Freddie said he has to have an HR person, so that's why he wanted to keep Shannon. And, she will still, and they have all said if they don't come, they will help us with, she's gonna help whoever.
Till you get started.
Till we get it going, help us with the payroll, and, you know, they're not just gonna hang us out.
Do they not have an HR person right now?
Shannon
She is the.
Bacon is their HR person.
And she also does payroll.
So that's what I'm saying, they do multiple
Well,
jobs, not
double-breasted,
just,
Right,
all of them do multiple jobs, so that's why it's hard to just.
like Darlene does fingerprinting, and she said, that, you know, when school starts back and teachers quit and have to hire new ones, that's pretty hectic, so.
But ultimately,
they
they'll
just
make the
said-
decision on how they fund those 3 positions if they don't come over. We're probably gonna wind up taking that money for those positions into the finance department, and then they'll decide how they're gonna divvy up.
Yeah, that'll be their- that'll be
Yeah, that'll
their-
be on them,
Right, right.
yeah.
And so really, we don't decide anything on their budget, other than
Just
Just
the amount of money.
The
we're
amount of
gonna
money
give.
they can pay who they
How
want
many
to pay.
cents we'll give them?
Yeah.
So determine the budget process for 2021.
And we don't tell them how to spend their money.
What
We
was
just
you
give them.
envisioning there? What was that again?
Well, I was just hoping that y'all would decide what, because I'm sure if you do give raises across the board, you can give the same amount. You know, everybody kind of, sometimes will ask for different things. So, I mean, I don't think you need to have every elected official come before you, unless they want to come, but just to come and say,
When we went through that last year, that became very time
it
consuming.
is very time.
And basically, they come in.
2 rounds. We did 2
Yeah,
rounds.
we did 2 rounds, and they come in and they would say, you know, you go through line item by line item, line item, line item, and in the end, they would leave and there would be no decision made on that.
right, that's,
And it was just,
it's been that way for.
Why can't you just decide how much their total compensation or raises are gonna be and give it to the supervisor? Say, you got $15,000,
You
you
could.
spread it out amongst who you wanna spread it out with.
Yeah, that works.
Because some people may not deserve a raise, other
Right.
people may
It's true.
deserve more than the other.
And they know who they're, you know, and how many years they've been.
well, this was brought up by Sandy downstairs, and it is an issue that I don't know that we can tackle, or it needs further review, but what you have is you have, like, for example, Sandy's, deputy makes 24,000. My wife's makes 23. Lena's office makes 26. Trustees makes 26. It's all over everywhere.
But it doesn't, it shouldn't matter, because that's who their supervisor decide, that's what they decide to pay. But if you just give him X number of dollars, a percentage of the total, and say, you gotta distribute it amongst your people, because one guy over here shouldn't know what this guy over here is making.
Right.
He may know it, but
Well,
It's public.
Well,
It's
it's
public
public
record.
record.
so, but
And the
what
thing is,
happens?
how long has that person been there? Maybe
Well, that's the
five
problem.
That's
decades.
the, yeah, but
That's the
some,
big
actually,
problem.
Andrew has been
But
here
some
longer than
people-
any of them.
See, that's
Some
the,
people get hired new and make more than some people that's been there.
so let's say somebody in
longer.
Norma's office
Yeah, and they do.
quits,
And see, that's
and she
why,
replaces them. They walk in making $26,000 a year, and this girl in here has been here 2 years making
if she
23.
Right.
replaces her with someone making $26,000 a year, she must be worth it. So you gotta rely on Norma's management to
It's just
say-
because that's what's in her,
That's in her
whatever is
budget.
in their budget is what they'll.
But she can take that money, she can pay them 24 and distribute the other 2 to somebody else.
She could.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
and
you
they
could
could do
move
that.
that around.
They could. I know Lena does that with her part-time.
But it's hard to find somebody for $20.
Well, I
Well, and then,
$20
and then too, I mean, you look at some of the offices, you may do more than you do as a, you know what I'm saying?
It's possible, but you know, if you asked every one of them, they're all gonna say, my girl's this, and my girl's that, you know what I'm saying? They're all
But
gonna
I'm saying you may
push.
have one doing like 5 jobs compared to one just doing.
I know, it's a hard thing to really, we've talked about it several years about.
And you're right, it's been 8 years since they've got
Yeah,
raised.
it's 8 years.
And I mean, 21, you know,
That's-
$23,000 a year for 8 years.
That's what you signed on for.
I know.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's.
I just don't think that we ought to be in a position of playing Solomon, and saying, "Hey, you work more than him," or, you know.
No,
That
I
ought
don't
to be,
do that
that ought to
either.
be the department heads, and I'm just.
I don't wanna do that
Uh,
neither. I don't wanna say, because I can't put a price on how much somebody's worth to them, you know. So-
And the other, you're paying those department heads, they're making money to make those kind of decisions. If you're gonna usurp that authority and we're gonna make it ourselves, then we don't need them.
That's true too.
And I don't think anybody wants to take on their job.
That's what I'm saying, can you put that in the, like, that's up to the department heads really
What
to,
it
like
is,
you
they-
said, if you're hiring in, it's up to
They-
them if they're
they
gonna hire
give
in
us-
somebody just based on experience too.
Each
You
one
know?
of us is give us a raise, you know, either, we just, I mean, but you may, some of them may give a $3,000 raise, some of them may give a $1,500 raise. How do we determine that, is gonna be my question.
Well, and that's too, you said 8 years, some of those people, most of them have been here 8 years. So you can't really say 8 years, because you got some that have been here 8 years, so you
Yeah,
give
a lot of them haven't been.
everybody,
Yeah,
you
that's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, but I just don't, I think that's what
So, I
you
mean,
pay
if they
them
ask for
people
3,
for.
are we gonna give them 3?
What, on total, if they, just pick a number, you know, if they got a $20,000 payroll budget, that's what they, and we're gonna give them 3% of that, then they take that money and they
Determine it.
distribute it
So we're
as
just
they
basically
see
gonna
fit.
give a
Because you may
percentage.
have some slackers in there, you may have some people that just hired on last year, and they don't deserve a raise, but this other guy may have been there 8 years, he ain't never got a raise yet, but he's doing a fine job, then, but that's what we pay them to do.
That's
I
true.
know, that's true.
I was just trying to wrap my head around the idea of, are we just gonna give them what they ask for, or are we just gonna say, hey, here's a 4% raise across the board, and you do with it what you do?
That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. I think it's more fair if everybody gets the same percentage. I mean, I know people make different amounts, but
I see
still,
what you're saying.
so, but.
So that's something we'll have to determine at some point in time and make a recommendation that we, instead of doing all these 3,000, 2,000s, all that, we just say,
When I worked at the railroad, we-
That's our way down.
That's the way we did it. And I used to encourage our roadmasters and the foremen, don't evaluate your people on the day before the raises come out. Evaluate them every quarter. And then at the end of the year, take the 4 quarters that you evaluate them and try to come up with some consistent, fair thing.
That's what you do as a company.
yeah.
But it is, you know, some guy may have been a rock star the last week, but he may have not been worth the flip. And so you shouldn't give him just because he's made a big thing here. It ought to be something that you do over 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Will they do that?
Well,
Ryan, did
look at the, go ahead,
Did
Brent.
has everyone turned their budget in?
Yes.
You have everybody's,
Everybody's but schools.
But schools, yeah.
So all those are in.
Yes, everybody's in here. If you look at the bottom line for the county general fund, it's about a 16% tax increase. Unless you make some cuts. Unless y'all make some cuts. So,
Well, now, I got a very positive way about that. How much you say the increase over?
the total,
Yeah, the total?
16 cents, is what you said.
well, 16 cents, yeah. But,
And that's easy. You just tell everybody we're gonna, unless you
but you
decide
can't-
what kind of a tax increase you're gonna have, you just tell them, you know, we gotta reduce it by this amount. I don't
Yes.
care if you reduce it in pencils, paper, people, but this is where you gotta land.
Yep.
And if you don't, then you gotta say, we're gonna go back to the county, we're gonna raise taxes. And I believe I've been in enough of these meetings that ain't a pleasant thing either. I mean, I want Brett to be here after this.
Like a raise, or is that?
That's their individual
That's
3,000,
everybody's
2,000.
request.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah.
If we give everybody everything, that's what it would
If,
be.
Yeah,
if we were to
that's-
vote yes to all this tonight,